MLB All-Star voting is one of the worst things in baseball right now because the fan vote needs to be abolished. It is genuinely so awful, and it will ruin players' legacies. Welcome back to Good Sports For You, where we are talking about good sports for you. And I had a whole entire video before that I filmed last night about the whole entire Las Vegas A's and stuff like that and how that was all happening in the crazy series. And I was going to post that today or the next day or whatever it may have been. But then I saw all the fan voting that came out for the All-Star voting. It is horrendous. Genuinely horrendous. I want to go through position by position. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to all those things. And just to demonstrate how awful all of this is. And there are two main culprits, arguably three, about whose fan voting is the worst. And you will find out very quickly. To start off with catchers, we're going to go position by position, league by league. With catchers, you have Drake Baldwin, number one in the National League. Sure, absolutely. I think, despite him being injured and stuff like that, I think he's still deserving the number one spot. Second, we're going to have Will Smith. Not justifiable at all. You have two way better options in Liam Hicks and Hunter Goodman. Will Smith has a WAR of 1. Hunter Goodman and Liam Hicks both have a WAR above 2. Their OPS pluses are over 30 points higher. Oh no, sorry. Hunter Goodman is 124, but Liam Hicks is 138 compared to Will Smith's 103. It's absolutely absurd. Both those guys should be above Will Smith. But that's not even the biggest issue, because in third, you have JT Realmuto. Remember how I said both those guys, Hunter Goodman and Liam Hicks, had WARs in the 2s? JT has a WAR at 0.5 with a 66 OPS plus. And then over in the American League, it gets even worse. In first place is Shea Langoliers. Very good, 100% deserving. Somebody who you may think should be in second, maybe Ryan Jeffers. He was really, really good, and then, he got hurt and stuff like that. But, maybe he deserves a nod. Dylan Dingler has been absurd. Adley Rutschman's good, but he's missed a lot of time. But I guess missing time doesn't matter, because in second, you have Alejandro Kirk. I love Alejandro Kirk. He has played in 7 games. I'm not even upset with the fans, honestly, on that one. I'm upset with the MLB, because why is he even possible to be voting for? You shouldn't even be allowed to vote for him. He's only played in 7 games. And now one of these guys, who has been incredible the entire season, won't have a chance to be on the second phase of the ballot, because Alejandro Kirk, who has played 7 games this season, is on the ballot with 0.1 WAR in second place. And you know what? It gets even worse. It gets even worse. At first base in the National League, first is Freddie Freeman. I don't agree, but you can justify it. He's been good. He's been very good. And second is Matt Olson. Matt Olson should be higher. It's 1.9 WAR to 3 WAR. It's 20 home runs for Matt Olson to 11 home runs. It's 51 RBIs to 38 RBIs. It's a 149 OPS plus to a 133 OPS plus. But you know what? Freddie, you know what? That's fine. Honestly, that's not a huge issue. It really should be Matt Olson, but it's not the end of the world. What is the end of the world is the American League. In first place is Vlad Jr. Vlad Jr. is having a bad year. He just objectively is. He has 0.7 WAR and a 103 OPS plus. The guys behind him, Ben Rice is in second. Munetaka Murakami is in third. For comparison's sake, I left Munetaka Murakami out because he is injured right now. Kurtz is in fourth, and Wilson Contreras is in sixth. The WARs for those other players, and like I said, I'm leaving out Murakami. Rice, 2.3. Already, and he's the lowest of the group. He's already 2 WAR higher. Almost 2 WAR higher. Contreras, 2.8. Nick Kurtz, 3.4. OPS pluses. Like I said, Vlad Jr., 103. Nick Kurtz, 165. He's the lowest of the rest of the group. And he is 62 points higher. Contreras, 171, and Ben Rice, 175. Vlad Jr. has hit 3 home runs the entire season. The entire season. He's on pace for like 10 home runs. We're like 67 games into the season, or like 70 games into the season, whatever it may be. We're coming up on halfway through the season. He's not going to get to 10 home runs. And he's number one? Are we serious? At second base in the National League in first place is Ozzie Albies. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. I need some water. Hold on. Make sure you're hydrating, everyone. In second is Bryson Stott. Ozzie Albies is having a good season. He's put up over 2 WAR. Sure, totally. His OPS plus is 117, very solid. Players who have a higher WAR and OPS plus than Ozzie Albies: Xavier Edwards, Bryce Turang, JJ Weatherall, Brandon Lowe. It's not the end of the world, though. It's not the end of the world. Bryson Stott has 82 OPS plus and negative 0.5 WAR. Negative. All the players that I mentioned have at least 2.5 WAR and a 117 OPS plus. Every single one of them. And the only guy who's at 117 is JJ Weatherall. But he has over 3 WAR. And like I said, this is where the issue lies. All of those guys deserve to be an all-star. Albies is the least deserving of the group, honestly. Edwards, 100%. Turang, 100%. And I'm not just saying that as a huge Turang fan. JJ Weatherall, 100%. Brandon Lowe, 100%. If Bryson Stott is somehow able to be an all-star, I don't even want an all-star game. Because now you're affecting players' legacies. Bryce Turang already should have been an all-star last season. You're looking at a guy like Bryce Turang, and honestly, like, at some point in a career, when you start talking about Hall of Fame candidacy, you look at a guy like Bryce Turang. If you tack on 2 more all-stars, it changes it a lot. Being a 2-time all-star compared to a 4-time all-star is huge. A 3-time versus a 5-time. A 4-time versus a 6-time. Those all matter a lot when you're talking about a player's overall legacy, and this is what you're impacting now. And Bryson Stott has been bad. He's been atrocious. He's been atrocious. And the fact that somebody who is deserving isn't going to be able to get a spot potentially, or not advance to the next round of the voting to get a legit shot, is absurd. It's so absurd. That's not even to mention Luis Arraez, who's been having an absurdly good season, especially defensively. Shout out Ron Washington, the GOAT, right? Over in the National League, it's not as, or in the American League, it's not as bad. Ernie Clement is first. I voted for Duran, but that's not the worst thing in the world because he's been good. Travis Bazan, I think, deserves some love. My issue is Ernie Clement has over 900,000 votes. None of those other 2 guys that I just mentioned, who in my opinion are more deserving, but not by a lot, don't have above 300,000. Ernie Clement is not 3 times the player of the other 2 guys. And it's like the Blue Jays have the whole entire country behind them. Obviously, it's like I get that, but like, man, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. This one's going to get me upset. Third base in the National League. Max Muncy, number 1, 100%. That's who I voted for. Matt Chapman, you can make an argument for. Alec Bohm is second. Alec Bohm, also a Philly, in case you've noticed the trend by now. 70 OPS plus and negative 0.6 WAR. Nolan Arenado is having a rejuvenating season. I would love to see him get a nod. He has 1.5 WAR and a 102 OPS plus. I don't think that's deserving. Matt Chapman has 3.2 WAR and a 118 OPS plus. Alec Bohm does not deserve it. He's played bad. He's just played bad, and I'm like a broken record with the Phillies players and the Blue Jays players. And I'm like, ignite the other fan bases. Like Brewers fans, we're all over the place. Get up there. Get the votes going. But also, my biggest thing is when I make my Brewers ballot, right? And when my brother makes his Brewers ballot, and he's just as big, if not a bigger Brewers fan than me, I'll vote for the guys who are kind of deserving, at least, that you're like, you could make an argument for. William Contreras, yeah, I'll make an argument for him. I'll vote for him. Jake Bauers, you could easily make an argument for. Bryce Terang, yes, 100%. I'm not voting for Joey Ortiz and Luis Rengifo because they've been terrible. So that's what I'm imploring the other fan bases. If you want to fill out your ballot and if you think this person could justify being an all-star, just justify, if he could justify it just a little bit, sure, give him a vote. At least have the people you vote for have positive WAR. That's all I'm asking. Or a positive OPS plus. That's all I'm asking. Is that too difficult of a task? And for the other fan bases, because I'm not going to knock the other fan bases for voting a lot. Get going. Ignite the group. Find something. Brewers, let's get Terang in. Come on. Let's get him in. In the American League, it's better. Junior Camaro's in first, sure. Katsuma Okamoto's in second. I don't agree, but that's at least more justifiable. He has 1.1 WAR and a 105 OPS plus. Miguel Vargas is in third. He has 2.6 WAR and a 138 OPS plus. Josh Young deserves love, 1.6 WAR and a 142 OPS plus. The shortstops in the National League, CJ Abrams is first. Thank goodness we see a market that isn't the Dodgers or the Phillies dominating the voting. But in second place, right behind him, is Mookie Betts. I love Mookie. He's one of my favorite non-Brewers of all time. He's been atrocious. He has 0.6 WAR with his 78 OPS plus. But he's Mookie Betts, so he's going to get votes. CJ Abrams has a 151 OPS plus with 2.6 WAR. It's not the best WAR, but his batting is more than enough to justify number one. Elly De La Cruz is in third with 2.1 WAR and a 131 OPS plus. Otto Lopez, holder of the best batting average in all of baseball right now, with a 140 OPS plus and 3.1 WAR, is in fifth. He's in fifth because in fourth is another Philly. Trey Turner. 63 OPS plus. Negative 0.2 WAR. Otto Lopez has 3.3 more WAR. 3.3. His OPS plus is almost 80 points better. He is 40% better than the league average hitter. Trey Turner is 37% worse. 37%. How in the world is he above Otto Lopez? Go vote for Otto Lopez, please. Or CJ Abrams to keep him number one. That's all I'm asking. In the American League, Bobby Witt Jr. is first. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. In second is Andres Gimenez. Another Blue Jay. And in third is Kevin McGonigal. Bobby Witt Jr., 100%. Andres Gimenez, 0.1 WAR with a 68 OPS plus. At least he's positive this time. And Kevin McGonigal, 3.6 WAR with a 116 OPS plus. The numbers speak for themselves. Kevin McGonigal should be ahead of Andres Gimenez. The outfields in the National League. Andy Pages, sure. Absolutely. Ronald Acuna Jr., he's missed time and he's not been that good. He has 0.9 WAR, 125 OPS plus. Keep that in the back of your head. Brandon Marsh, sure. He's been really good. Michael Harris II. He's honestly been the better Brave between him and Acuna. I don't know why he's not higher, but he's been very good. Teoscar Hernandez, we will be discussing him. And then in sixth for the final spot in the outfield is Jordan Walker. Thank goodness. Teoscar Hernandez has 0.8 WAR with a 118 OPS plus. At least he's positive. Jordan Walker has 3.3 WAR with a 152 OPS plus. And the craziest thing, it's only going to get better from here, because in 7th is James Wood with 3.6 WAR and a 173 OPS plus. And then in 8th, we got Corbin Carroll with 3 WAR and a 151 OPS plus. And then in 9th, we have Juan Soto with 2 WAR and a 163 OPS plus. And I'm not even mentioning Jackson Chourio because he's missed a lot of games. So if you don't want to vote him, that's fine. But he's in like 15th or something like that. He's been better than almost all of these players in terms of all the rate stats. He's been absolutely phenomenal. In 14th, this is how you know it's bad. I'm defending Pete Crow Armstrong. He has 4 WAR. That is over 4 times higher than Teoscar Hernandez or Ronald Acuna Jr. And he has a 130 OPS plus. Pete Crow Armstrong, the defensive first guy, is a 130 OPS plus, and it's only going to go up once it gets updated after he just hit for the cycle. How in the world is he 14th? Do you seriously mean to tell me that he shouldn't be an all-star? He's been the only one on the Cubs who seems to care at all. He's been carrying that team to any semblance of mediocrity. He had a cycle today against the Rockies, and by the time he finished his cycle, the Cubs only had 2 runs. He had a single, a double, a triple, and a home run, and the Cubs had 2 runs at that point in the game. Absurd. Absurd that he's not higher. Like I said, that's how you know it's bad when probably one of the biggest Brewers fans on the internet right now is defending Pete Crow Armstrong, one of my least favorite players. But he's fantastic. He needs to be an all-star. In the American League, I think they did pretty good. You got Judge, you got Trout, you got Bellinger, you got Buxton, you got Riley Green, you got Julio Rodriguez, and you got Randy Arozarena. Randy's in 7th. I probably would have put in Randy instead of J-Rod, maybe over Riley Green too. But honestly, I think that's a fair list. I'm thinking back to my voting. There was somebody else I thought I had. I had Judge, I had Bellinger, I had Buxton. There were other people that I was missing. I don't remember who now when I'm thinking about it, but it'll come to me. If somebody can remember, please leave it in the comment section, or maybe I'll just look back at it. Oh wait, no, you could only vote for 3. Yeah, so it would have been Judge, Bellinger, and Buxton. Yeah, so that makes sense. And the guys that I were between Trout and Riley Green and Julio and also Randy, but mainly Randy, not Julio. I think that's very justifiable. If you want to mess with the orders, sure. I think Trout probably should be closer to like the 5 to 6 range, maybe even down to the 7 range. 100%, I think Randy should be in, but as a whole, that's not bad. Speaking of also not bad, in the National League for DH, Shohei and Kyle Schwarber. Exactly the way that it should be, in my opinion. In the American League, Yordan Alvarez, number 1. Absolutely, he's been incredible. In 2nd, so we're ending on a bad note, is George Springer. Negative 0.2 WAR with a 79 OPS plus. Dominic Canzone and Yandy Diaz both have over a 150 OPS plus. Yandy Diaz has over 2 WAR as a designated hitter. If one of them doesn't get in, it will be a travesty. It'll be an absolute travesty. And I believe that the way that this voting works is you got round 1 and the top 2 people from each position advance. And then the top guy who gets voted in. With these fan bases, when they're pouring these votes and pouring these votes and pouring these votes, and you're just setting yourself up for failure, you're going to get absolutely swamped in the next round. None of your guys are going to go through. Vote for players who you think actually should be in. That's all I'm asking. This is just, it's atrocious. It's going to mess with players' legacies. My one thing too, because I know I had another rant about the all MLB teams when those came out last year. MLB, if you want to do all-star fan voting, fine, because at the end of the day, it's an exhibition game, whatever. Please then do not have fan voting for the all MLB teams. Please, 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 or at least at a bare minimum, have it be done before the postseason starts, because that was one of, I think, the biggest issues last year, because all of this now is going to be affecting players' legacies. If you want to make the all MLB team a legit award, You need to take the fan voting out of it. So I think that would be a fair compromise. If you're saying we're keeping the fan voting for the All-Stars, we're getting rid of it for the All-MLB teams, I think that would be fine. Because right now, it's a travesty. It's an absolute travesty. It's a joke. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Fans of the MLB don't want to see Phillies with negative WAR in the All-Star game. That's all I got to say. I got to go to bed. Have a good night, everyone, or a good day, rest of your day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. If you have thoughts, then leave them in the comment section. This is just, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's what I got to say, though. Thanks for watching.